Joining me today on NYSE Floor Talk is His Excellency Andreas Michaelis. He is the Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany to the United States. Ambassador, wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Very happy to be here.
So, Ambassador, the U.S. and Germany have a deep and mutually beneficial economic relationship. Talk to me about this relationship.
Well, I can be very straightforward here. This is the most important economic relationship that Germany has with any partner in the world. And the US has just become Germany's most important trading partner in the world. And in the times where China was outperforming many countries in terms of exports, in terms of market presence, I think that's a telling story, because a couple of months ago, this was still China, but now it is the US.
Now, in what ways do you think partnerships in technology and innovation are going to shape the future economic ties between our two countries?
Now, this cooperation, the cooperation in innovative sectors, in high-tech sectors, is absolutely key. Germany has a fantastic research network and a very sound base when it comes to innovative technologies. Sometimes we are not so good when it comes to merging capital and innovation in academia, for instance, but this is an area where we can learn from the US. And our cooperation is thriving. I think it is a very important sector, especially when it comes to AI and modern fusion technologies.
Now, in 2020, Germany released its Indo-Pacific guidelines, which you drafted. So what are these guidelines, and what are Germany's main goals in this region?
Well, these guidelines create a special focus on the Indo-Pacific. I think the first message here is Asia policy is not just China policy. We have to look at other partners in the Indo-Pacific region, ASEAN, for instance, but also partners like Australia, like New Zealand, and of course, we have to look at India as a very important market for German products and cooperation. That is one. Two, we have not been present in that part of the world in terms of security and defense policy. Now, yesterday, I could say hello and at the same time farewell to two German Navy ships that will now take part, that are on their way into the Pacific and will take part in RIMPAC exercise in Hawaii. So that is kind of new territory for us, but it is also an expression of a clear conviction that we need to be more present in the Indo-Pacific across the board. Economically, business-wise, we have been there for a long time. Now, politically and also security policy-wise, we will also be there.
Now, Berlin is hosting the upcoming Ukraine Recovery Conference. What are Germany's top priorities for this event?
Well, we have to increase business activity of private actors in Ukraine, for instance. That is an area that is very important. If you look at Ukraine today, you find quite a number of German companies that invested in Ukraine before the start of the war. Not all of them moved out, many stayed. And there are even German companies that started investment in Ukraine in the course of the current war after the aggression of Russia. And I think what we would like to achieve is to give a new stimulus to the Ukrainian economy that very much suffers under the present conditions. Germany focuses on improving the air defense capacity of the Ukrainian forces. That is not just key in military terms, but also in business and economic terms, because you need that protection if there is to be meaningful business activity in Ukraine. I think roughly you can say that the Ukrainian budget, half of it is devoted to the war effort, and half of it is a budget that caters to the normal needs of running a country. So we have to broaden the income base of this economy if we want to achieve the resilience that is necessary to not lose a war that is crucial for the security and future of Europe.
Right, well, Ambassador, it is wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk today.
Thank you very much. A pleasure.